You just named some of the crews that you battled. Like at that time, what would you consider your fiercest battle or your fiercest rivals or someone that you till this day know this guy gave me
All right.
good battles.
There would be probably 3 battles that I consider were good. One would be the same battle that I was talking to you,
Yeah.
where another fresh creation was pretty good for me because it was my aspect. Because when I started, I was a popper, and I sucked. I sucked. My first move was a handspin. That's why I went from popping straight into b-boying because I love the dynamic movement of it.
Yeah.
You know, and that helped control my childish energy. Popping became too boring because it was too stationary and gliding. No, but b-boying, I saw I can move. I can actually use my rocking groove into it, which I was spanked because there were certain places that I would start to do that rocking stuff, and they'd be like, "No, no, no, you can't do that. That's not. We're doing b-boying." This is why, for me,
So
for me, it's very critical to get this point across. Is the fact that because of b-boying, I had to restructure what I was already doing as a rocker.
Okay.
Because that was not acceptable as a dance that you could melt. Top rocking to me is totally different than rocking.
We're gonna get to that
and
later.
this is why it's very crucial that I tell you that particular part of it and how rocking for the sound side, rockers were everywhere. Now what? There could have been rocker carpenter, rocker popper, rocker b-boy, because it happens. We were multi-camps, you know. In the Williamsburg section, there were very small camps of pure extreme rockers just doing that. Now you can find more extremes of that towards the Bushwick section, towards Lynch. Anywhere going towards Bushwick or East New York, you're going to find more camps of that nature, and they're going to be battling.
Yeah.
That's just like saying b-boys. You might find certain b-boy camps in certain areas very saturated, in other places non-existent.
Exactly.
Because it depends on the participants
Yeah.
for that move.
Exactly.
Like for our side, we had a lot of hustle dancers. So we might outbeat other areas that don't have hustle dancers. Again, for me as a b-boy, my conflict of b-boying versus rocking, this is where it gets debatable because I already knew how to rock the way I was freestyling, but when I had to do that as b-boying, that was not acceptable. This is why Together We Break is very important because Mousy broke it down. This is rock, pop, 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 drops, spins, shimmies, and all that, you know? He broke it down. And then when he went b-boy, he did his b-boy top. Totally different.
So there was a differentiation on the street level.
Yeah, there was a differentiation. You already knew what the guy was doing. You knew that was rock. You knew that was b-boy.
Okay, so even let's talk about the dynamic in which the dance was done. Were the rockers of that time, and you yourself included, was the format to dance whole songs?
Well, it depends on what the song was being played. Okay. So somebody put a cassette back in the days. We had cassettes with a boombox.
Of course.
So depending on the music that was played, for example, let's say Just Begun happened, and it happened because Mousy was like Mousy related.
Because it seems like a song like that, people would pop to it, people would play to it, people might even hustle to it.
So it depends on the dancer and his deeper understanding of that.
So two quote unquote rockers. That song comes on, two quote unquote rockers go against each other.
Yes, that's what happened.
Do they dance the whole record and dissipate after the record ends, or is it I go in, burn you, step back, you come in, burn me, step back?
That's where the scenario with me and David gets into it, because when he hears the music, he steps out and he's just rocking.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh shit, it just triggered on him. So let me go in. Boom. So I went in rocking. So then what he would do is he'll come in and expose himself first. So say like, okay, it's rocking time. So he'll do his set, his top rock freestyle job and everything. There was no hardcore jerks yet. So I'm coming in and I'm like, okay, you did your expose. You identified that you're rocking. So I'm going to do my expose to respond to yours. Now, after that, after we initiated that you're the acknowledged rocker and I'm the acknowledged rocker, this is where now you're going to come in and do it to me.
Okay.
And now we do this. The first one was introducing yourself, introducing myself. And now I'm going to rock, I'm going to burn you. So he's either going to rock and stand, like 1 for 1. You do your set, I do my set of what you're going to do to me. That was the second. The third set was mutual, coming head to head. Nice. See, that's the way we did it for that. And we're not a rocking camp. We were a b-boy camp, but we had rocking to defend ourselves, you know. And then Choco, my other partner, he was another rocker in my group. So when David would step out, Big MC will come in and he'll do his set
On the same
and then
song?
everything. Yeah, with the same song, on the same song. Because
Okay.
remember, the song will play. We would take segments of the song
Yeah.
to come in, introduce, and
Okay,
battle at the same
okay,
time.
okay, yeah.
Now, when I would step out, it's because my boy wanted to get some, so he'll tap me and come in. This is why I tell people. Now, if you were in a rock competition, I'm sure it'd probably be longer. But remember, we're b-boys,
Yeah.
and we knew exactly that this song attracted the rocker aspect of our camps to come up. That's the difference. If I was not a rock dancer and I'd be a b-boy, that guy be rocking, I'll be just doing my top rock and getting to the floor.
Yeah.
Again, it's about understanding that. The mindset today, it's not like that.
Exactly.
You know?
It's completely not
It's
like
completely different. I have to explain that. You know? And that's a battle, as a b-boy battle, that just happened to go into rocking.
Yeah.
Now, here's another scenario. It was us against Scrambling Feet Incorporated. Mighty Mike can verify this because Mighty Mike was the enemy of my crew. That was Scrambling Feet Incorporated because Scrambling Feet is originally from the Lower East Side.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
And then the bridge that connects Brooklyn and Manhattan is Williamsburg Bridge. So, Lower East Side, Scrambling Feet set up a camp in the South Side, in the other side. And it happened to be Scrambling Feet Incorporated. That's with Dence's brother, Kid Tick, another float, rest in peace, Mighty Mike, you know. They set up camp. And Mighty Mike was another nomad dancer. He was eclectic as a dancer for everything. He lofts, he breaks, he rocks a little bit, you know. And I'm sure he pops a little bit, you know, flexible. And he was from the South Side too, so I gotta acknowledge that he's flexible, you know. So when we battled, we stepped into their territory. It was our manager Julio. He put the linoleum on the car. We coming over, pop, pop, pop. We set up camp, and the same thing happens. Popping the tape, we're battling. Honestly, I think that battle they probably took us out really good because Mighty Mike had mega float. He had floats, turtles, you know, really good. And Vinny was doing 360 turtles, you know. But Mighty Mike, in my opinion, got that, you know. But we had the popping down because we had Kid Lock. That was the teacher to their popper, which was Kid Tick. Because when he saw his teacher, he was like, "Oh shit, that's my teacher." Pah. So we took that shit, you know. And then we had Pete Wimels, and he had flares against Dence's.
So it seems to me like just hearing some of these stories, it's kind of like the movements were just warranted by whatever was playing.
Yeah.
And it was optional.
That's why we
It
dance.
was optional to how you approach the battle. And it was like, if you're going to fight me with a sword, I'll pull my sword out. But if you're going to take out the nunchucks, we got nunchucks for you too. And it seemed like the music just played for a certain duration. Yeah. And then, and it's crazy you say that because, you know, prior to me getting really deep into the scene, and I'll just say maybe I don't want to say force, but let's just say a mindset or a structure that was put onto us prior to us knowing the rules of engagement. Mm-hmm. That's how we almost used to battle in the hood. It's like, we do whatever. If you want to Harlem Shake, go ahead. Someone will Harlem Shake too. If you want to flex or pop, someone will do that too. So we'll just kind of engage back and forth, and it's a dance battle. Not quote unquote a rock battle, a break battle, a pop battle, but a dance battle. And we'll just engage each other on whatever. Yeah,
diversity of skill sets being brought to the table as per your unit versus another unit, you know. But the essence is still going to be on the fact of the b-boying structure for us back then. But remember, I'm talking about this now. Yeah. But back then, I didn't give two shits. I was like, I'm gonna go there. My crew, yo, we got the freshest gear, and yo, if they're better than us, everybody take your dirty gear, cause you know why? You're gonna have to give up your sneakers. So we were smart. That's how we carried little bags, cause we would have extra sneakers in there. Cause if we knew we were gonna be good, we would set it up like, flashy, let's go it. And then we battle. Quick change over.
So there was always something on the line.
Of course.
You hear people battling for shirts.
Yeah.
Vests.
I lost BVDs.
Okay.
I lost BVDs. I had to get them shits back or pay money to get them back.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, BVDs for us back then as a kid was an undershirt.
Yeah. Now
check this out. Back then we also bought BVD, the boxer shorts. They weren't short shorts.
It wasn't mesh.
Yeah, just like the nylon. Dude, so again, this is what people don't understand. there was no BVD shorts per se. Those BVD shorts were boxer shorts.
Yeah.
All your mom had to do was stitch up the little flap so
Yeah.
your wee-wee's not out.
Yeah,
And people
yeah.
don't understand that. And I know because I got freaking BVDs. I got freaking a box load of that shit.
Innovation,
You know?
yo. That's
And
crazy
then
with the
and
fashion.
then and people don't understand that. That time frame of us being b-boys, yeah, we put up something and stuff. The first thing was your mouth. Put up or shut up. Because if not, most of the times after we battled, we had a whole ass. Because and I can go with that by example because my crew, we went from Williamsburg down to Erasmus. You know Erasmus School downtown Brooklyn?
That's why I went to high school.
All right, so we went out there back in the days.
We
there
went
was
to Flatbush in church.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
was
yeah.
it people? Okay,
There was
at that time because I went to that school.
Yeah.
And for me, that was like my introduction heavily into Caribbean culture. But this was in the 2000s. What was the demographic of
Oh
people
man, back
at
then,
that time?
it was in that area was, yeah, it was African American. That whole community, African community, it was hardcore, similar to what I was doing in Bed-Stuy.
Yeah.
It was hardcore Afro American in that environment, and there was a lot of Caribbean because you had Atlantic Avenue not to north of that, and that place that was pot full of like anything you were roti, you wanted roti, you got all the Caribbean dishes. You want fish, you got the best fish out there, right? So we had to go out there to battle Powerful. There was a guy called Powerful from Erasmus. He was very good, and his name really was good. We had to go into his school. We went there all big and boasting, yeah, breaking stuff. We come look Powerful in his camp. Yeah, well, you found him stuff. We want to battle you. At that battle, he gave us such an ass whooping that, you know, we were not home. We're not in Kansas.
Yeah.
As soon as the battle is done, we're like, yo, we're going to get jumped right here. Funny, we don't get jumped. So we make it to the station. At the station, bottles, garbage can being jumped in the station. We're like, what the hell's going on? Like, and those kids, you thought y'all niggas was gonna come in here and stuff and not get away with this shit?
Wow.
So we're like, fuck, these niggas are throwing bottles, cans, garbage, and everything. We're already in the station. You know, the station is an exposed station out there.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, Church
So,
Avenue, yeah.
right. So the station, we're exposed. So what we do is we get on the tracks and run out to the next station.
Wow.
Which
way you talking about? You ran
we went
from
north.
there to Parkside,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you went up to Beverly?
No, we went up to, I believe the next one
Beverly
would be
Road?
Beverly. No, Beverly Road is going down.
No, it's going.
No, we need to go back up to the north.
Oh, so you went
Yeah,
to Parkside?
yeah. So we had to go up.
Damn, you went
north.
in the tunnels in Parkside.
We had to go in there because, but they were throwing trash. So we're running there. By the time we get up there, we see the lights. Like, oh shit, police are there. So as soon as we get up on the boardwalk, we're trying to stay close to the edge. One of the guys fell and got himself sliced in the hand. The other guy and stuff just stood in this track and he got busted by the cop. Me, my boy Alex, we were able to manage to get up and out because we were hiding underneath the train. Thank God no trains came by. And then we got an opportunity to run and get out and try to ditch the cops. Me and Alex were going up. And if you know anything about that whole area, there's a lot of dead end spots.
A lot.
So
Especially
we're going in, we go into dead end spot and we're like, oh shit. So then the cops are going whoop whoop and they're going tick, tick, tick. So I'm like, fuck. So we get into this van, I get into the freaking Belfort and I just cling on, boy. Hanging on like if I'm humping that freaking van underneath. My boy Alex is doing the same thing and then you know the cops are going looking to see if anything's moving. They bring the light. Nothing, we get away.
Wow.
So again, B-boys were territorial.
Yeah, off
the bat. And again, if you're not gonna fight immediately after, you're gonna somewhere down fight, or you gotta get the hell out of there because you're not from around there. Back then, we used to remember my crew. We going to different places.
Yeah.
We went over to the other side. We went down to Erasmus. Heck, there was another time in 1984 we battled New York City Chief Rockers, a camp out there. We battled Funky Fresh Female Rockers up from Manhattan. This was at an event in 1984, which is another New York so-called b-boy competition, in Dennis Surratt Studio, which is on 19th Street in Manhattan. I got the newspaper clippings for that.
Wow.
And even Joker from New York City Chief Rocker is alive today, and he's up in the Bronx.
Wow. So this time was like just a very hectic time, you know, with the streets being how it was. The dance was just kind of intermingled with everything.
Mingled,
So
yeah.
it's like,
I mean, the
y'all
concept.
go into the dance, but eventually,
Yeah.
street activities are taking
course.
place.
Yeah.
All right, so man, that sounds like a very deep history past with breaking and kind of the marriage of rocking with it and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I mean from our side and stuff, and I know Joker and stuff. He's from the Bronx. That nigga can rock too.
Wow.
You know, again, this is stuff that people know, and Joker's known.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. You know,
Okay.
he's like use the kamikaze bandana.
So you go to the service, you come back
Yeah.
out, you see a young gentleman in the club.
Randy, his name is Randy Ninatanta. Ninatanta.
Yeah. You now are trying to kind of getting your footing back in.
Yeah.
Where do you kind of experience the first resurgence or the first kind of reintroduction to rocking at that time?
This in
'95,
I'm with Pete. Pete introduces me to King Uprock, Ralph Casanova.
And you didn't know him.
And I didn't know him at that time. He also introduced me to Big Mike from Incredible.
Okay.
He also introduced me to Charles Santos, Charlie, you know, and
Charlie Uprock?
Charlie Uprock, right?
Okay.
He's known as Charlie Uprock. So I'm like, okay, I'm checking these guys out. I don't know shit about these guys.
So you never encountered them in your
No.
time period?
In my time prior to that, no,
Wow.
no. As I'm talking with each one of them, I'm testing their knowledge because I don't know who the fuck they are. Really, I just don't know who the hell they are. So I'm speaking to Ralph. I'm like, oh, where you from? Oh, I'm from Bushwick. Oh, that, you know, you break? You're like, yeah, I used to break. They call me Mr. Nice. Oh, I never heard of you. Okay, you know, he would say the same thing like, you who? I've never heard of you. Of course. I mean, sometimes there's some crew that you don't know. So I'm like, okay, you been to Bushwick? Yeah, I've been to Bushwick. Who did you battle in Bushwick? Well, Street Justice. Oh, you know about them? Yeah, I know about them and stuff. Buzz was a part of that camp too. What else? Oh, Harmon Breakers. Oh yeah, I know them. Cool. You know them? Cool. All of a sudden, a lot of the labeling of us exchanging names started coming together.
Okay.
You know.
So y'all brush shoulders without
We
brushing
brushed shoulders without right. So there was events that we were there, but we didn't know we were there.
Exactly.
Or there was events where he was in and I was out, or I was out and he was in, or I wasn't there, but my other guys were there.
Yeah.
You know. So a lot of the puzzles of name dropping, because that's what it is right now, this bullshit name dropping, was falling in place. Then the next step was, okay, now that you did all that bullshit name dropping, the fact is, now let's go see these people. Okay, who do you know? Abichuela, this guy, yeah, really? You were from Mastermind? Yeah. But Mastermind was a b-boy crew. I'm like, yeah, because he was the leader for that. So I was like, I didn't know that, you know? All I know that there was Claudio, there was Abichuela, Mr. Because his last name is Bean. His last name is Bean. That's what they call him, Abichuela. And he was a good skater too, roller skater, dancer. So the puzzle between myself and Ralph connected very well, and like people that we knew. With Charles was more on the rock dance aspect of it, of who he knew from the Bushwick. If anything, I considered him a local yokel. He never traveled outside his area. Ralph did and stuff. Ralph was like, he was up at 200 Dykeman, he was at 171, he was at Pelham, he was down at 34th, he was down in Coney Island. So he was already in the circuit. He was he was a traveler. But also in 95 was when I got to meet these guys. I was just focused on getting myself conditioned.
Yeah.
You know? And then after I got myself conditioned as a b-boy, I saw they were rocking. I'm like, wow, this is cool. This is waking up that other side of me in dancing. So I brushed up with them. Charles helped me to brush up. King Uprock helped me to brush up. Big Mike helped me to brush up because I was rusty. Same thing. Pete helped me to brush up for b-boying because I was rusty.
And from from what you witnessed, would you say that it was the combination of all these people that helped with the resurgence of rocking, or it was King Uprock that started seeking these people out, and that led to the resurgence of rocking? Because the story has it's told to the public is that, and similar with breaking, is that it was happening, exploitation happened, movies came out, yada yada yada. People went to the service, people went to jail, people died, people got regular jobs, regular lives, things quieted down. Europe was watching, yada yada yada. They started doing their thing over there. But within rocking, he came back and started, let me go find what he's doing. What's this guy up to? What's this guy up to? What's this guy up to? Let's start communication, and that subsequently led to doing jams again, doing this again.
What the person I will say from my personal experience, because of working with them from '95 going forward. When I came in '95, I was just being focused on taking care of my getting my act together before I started palsy-wazing with RC and with Charlie Uprock and with Big Mike. Now, in '96 is when I became more active with them. Okay. A year later, so now I'm going to events with them, you know. And I was like looking, I'm like, Charles was going to local events. I'm under the guidance of Ralph.
Okay.
Charlie was already doing events in the Bushwick section, catered to the rock element of it, because he wanted to do rocking, you know. But the funny thing is, they were wanted to do rocking events, but they weren't rockers to do anything.
Okay.
You know? So, when I came in '96, I'm looking at it like, you guys want to stage an event when there's nobody rocking. Okay, keep my mouth shut, but keep that on reserve. Now, Ralph was not in the sense of teaching anybody. Ralph was out going to events and rocking.
And representing.
He was representing the rock. And this is where I palled with him and I clicked in because he was in battle mode for rocking.
Yes, that he's doing a very distinct style.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you from your perception or what you were seeing, why was if the notion is that this was going on New York City wide and not just solely in Brooklyn, why wasn't there the Bronx equivalent to him, or the Queens equivalent to him, or the Upper Manhattan equivalent to him?
That's
or
because
the Lower East Side equivalent to him. Like, he was rocking, but everyone went to the floor, or everyone did something. There was no equivalent to him from a different borough.
There wasn't.
So if this was going on New York City wide, as people are claiming, there were rockers here, rockers there, rockers there. Why was there no equivalent to him? Just by the footage I'm watching.
Okay. Well, when people are talking about, yeah, they were rocking in Queens, they were rocking in Bronx, they were rocking in New York City. Yes, they were. Problem is, they're not rocking at this moment in time. If you go back into the days of like maybe when I was younger, yeah, I'm sure there were rockers over there because you had them. Okay. And the circuit continued there because it was flourishing within those dance aspects.
Yeah, but
when
what
RC was out now,
yeah,
those rockers, if they were, they're not doing anything. This man, when I came in '95, '96, he was already in the mix, attending every event, representing only the rock aspect. He wasn't going there as b-boy. Yeah. He was going there with the mentality. Anybody who steps and said that this, what they're doing, shuffle down, is rocking, he's shutting him down.
And at that time,
and I caught on to that, and I was like, man, I got to get on this.
How do you feel like, I can imagine coming back to a community that kind of has moved on and is doing whatever, let's just say, quote unquote, focusing on breaking or whatever. How did you perceive it that when he was coming back, how was it received from your perception?
When he was coming back? Oh man, nobody liked it. Nobody liked it. Because he was testing the waters. He was breaking stereotypes that shuffle down and going kicks like that. That was the norm. And he was telling him, no, what you guys doing is watered down from what I'm doing. Okay. And what you're doing is not really even top rock. And then you're labeling it as rocking. It's not.
So he was ruffling the feathers big time.
Yeah, I don't think he was ruffling. He was just, from the perspective of the young ones, yes, ruffling their feathers.
Okay.
Two, from his perspective, he's like, respect this dance for what it is. This is the composure. I'm showing you what it is.
Yeah.
And this became a big stink because when I came along, I sided with Ralph on this. I'm like, dude, it's funny because back in the days, if I try to do this, they would say, no, you can't do that. You know why? Because it's not b-boying. But now, everybody wants to say, yeah, you could do this. I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. So that's when I started with Ralph. I'm like, I'm going to help you out with that. You help me out to get back into my groove. So I'm going to do my style from Williamsburg, Los Sures, getting with you, getting with Charlie, getting with Mike, and go to these events where people are saying they're rocking.
So you made it your mission to kind of reintroduce this dance to the general public of the dance community at the time.
All communities, yeah. This was just us performing it.
Okay.
This is now me not teaching it.
Yeah.
This is me going out there and saying, okay, you're a rocker, boom, let's rock, boom, boom, boom. Then now I'm gonna give you the team that initiated this whole rebirth and pushing that.